Now, we're going to start off today by a story that has been in the news quite a lot in the last while. And it's about a situation that has developed in a Limerick secondary school involving a gentleman called Paul Drury and his daughter. Now, his daughter is in first year in this secondary school, which is Castletroy College. And apparently, Paul wanted his daughter to opt out of studying religion because neither she nor her family are in any way religious. But apparently they were initially told by the school that she couldn't do that she would have to study religion like everybody else in the class. Now, the whole thing is a little bit up in the air at the moment, but it does seem as if the school have backed down on this. But to chat a little bit more about this, I'm joined on the line now by somebody who has first-hand experience of this very situation, Jane Donnelly, who is Human Rights Officer with Atheist Ireland. Jane, you're very welcome to the programme.
Thank you, Deirdre.
Now, before we talk about the Drurys, as I just said there, you know all too well how this feels because you had a similar experience.
I did indeed. When my children went to one of these colleges, they're called designated community colleges in Skerries in County Dublin. And we were told that the religion course was for all religions and none. And you can imagine when we I sent my children to second level, I immediately, as an atheist, tried to opt them out of the religion course, but this is what I was told. And she started the course in September with all the other students. After about 3 months, my daughter came to me and said, this is not what they said it is. And we discovered that the course in question, it's examinable at junior and leaving certificate. We discovered that one of the main aims of the course is to promote the moral and spiritual development of all children through religious education. So that wouldn't be suitable for an atheist or secularist or humanist families. Also, they in this state course, under the curriculum, they mention atheists and humanists in a section called Challenges to Faith, alongside materialism and fundamentalism. Now, I also discovered, that's one, we just park that there, that's the state exam course at junior and leaving cert.
Okay.
I also discovered that in these designated, these VEC or ETB as they're now called, colleges, that there's agreement with the local Catholic bishop. In my case, it was the Archdiocese of Dublin. And in that agreement, that these colleges are to have Catholic religious instruction during the school day. Now, there wasn't two separate courses in Skerries Community College. So what they did was that they combined the two courses. So they combined the state course with the guidelines for the faith formation and development of Catholic students and presented it to all parents as suitable for their children. Now, obviously, anybody can just understand that that wasn't suitable for my children because I'm an atheist, I'm a secularist, and it is Catholic religious instruction, and the purpose of the state course is to promote the moral and spiritual development of all children through religion.
So was it all resolved, Jane? Or was it
resolved?
I
had to actually go to I had terrible difficulty. I had to go to the Equality Authority at the time and get some help from them. So in Atheist Ireland, we get lots of complaints from parents over this course at second level. And it's not only in ETBs, these designated community colleges, but it's in ordinary community colleges. So nearly all schools at second level have this state religion course now, and they're also obliged to have Catholic religious instruction. So it is very difficult for parents to understand and negotiate the system. But what everybody should understand is that there is a constitutional right to opt out of this course in our constitution, and that parents have this right to do so.
What would typically your daughter or your son, was your daughter? Was
daughter, my daughter, yes.
What would she typically have done then once the situation was resolved? She would have remained in the class but studied something else, or gone to another class and done some homework, or what?
Well, what happened in my case was that they decided then that she had to read a philosophy book in school. Now, she didn't want to read a philosophy book, my daughter Alison. So the principal came down one day to the classroom and took her out of the classroom and put her outside his office in the place where children that are in trouble sit. And she had a lot of other pupils and teachers asking her what she did. And the only thing that she did was that her parents opted her out of religion. So what we did then was I got in contact with the Equality Authority, and in the end we negotiated a situation where my daughter Alison went into other classes during religion. But it was very, very difficult for us, and I was very stressed at the time, and we felt victimised over the whole situation. Because we don't want to opt out. We wanted to opt into an education that was objective, critical and pluralistic.
Just to bring you on to, Jane, onto the case involving Paul Drury and his daughter, am I right in saying that initially the school said that Paul's daughter couldn't opt out, but they've since rolled back on that? Am I correct in that?
Apparently, Paul found out about us through our website called Teach Don't Preach, and he contacted me. And initially, the principal said, absolutely not, no, that the child could not, Paul's child could not opt out of religion, that this was a course for all religions and none. Now, that is not unusual from the complaints that we are getting from parents, that all schools are telling parents that this course is for all religions and none. And parents don't understand that what particular aspects of this course, that the purpose of the course is to promote the moral and spiritual development of all students through religion. So it isn't suitable for non-religious parents. It just isn't. So he was told the exact same thing as other parents are told. And he got on to us, and we explained to him that he has a constitutional right to opt out of this course. And we have an opt-out, a sample opt-out letter on our website called Teach Don't Preach that parents can use when they want to opt their children out of religion. But it seems to be overall, right throughout the country and all the various ETBs and even in Catholic second-level schools, that there is this push to oblige all students to take religion. They seem to be tightening their grip, the Catholic Church, with the help of the ETBs.
And can I just ask you as well, let's say, I understand this is an ETB school where this happened in Castletroy College, but
yes.
Even if it was, let's say, a secondary school that was Catholic, we'll say a convent or whatever.
Yes.
Do the parents still have the right to get their children opted out of religion, even if it's
absolutely
they do?
Have that right?
Okay.
If you look at the article in the Constitution, there's a condition to funding of all schools at primary and second level, and one of those conditions is that pupils can opt out of religion. So you have constitutional right to opt your child out of religion, and it is being disregarded in this country, and parents are at a loss to know what to do about this.
So
and
this
the
is
Minister for Education should do something about it.
Okay, and so you're coming across, Jane, this happening more and more?
I'm getting loads of complaints about this all the time. And one parent told me that she found our letter on Teach Don't Preach, and they are the only family in a school in Cork that can have opted their child out of religion. Now, in a school in the middle of Cork, not every family is Catholic. It just doesn't make any sense. So they are tightening their grip, and they're obliging parents to make their children do this religion in a course at second level. And they keep just saying that it's for all religions and none, but it is not compulsory. And it's something that the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission have pointed out in one of their major reports, that in some schools are making this compulsory, but that doesn't get away from the fact that parents have a constitutional right to opt out of it.
Okay. It's very interesting. I'm sorry that we don't have more time to go into this in more detail, Jane, but just finally, if there are any parents listening this afternoon who'd like to get in contact with you and find out more about this, what's the best way to get in touch? Is it via your website? They could look at Teach Don't Preach.
Okay. And we have letters for opting out, and they can contact me at humanrights@atheist.ie.
Very good. Listen, Jane, it was great to talk to you, and thanks a million for joining us on Radio Kerry this afternoon.
Okay, Thank you.
All the best. That's Jane Donnelly there, Human Rights Officer with Atheist Ireland, talking about that case in Limerick, which I think seems to be resolved at this stage, that the school has backed down and has said that no, they won't force Paul Drury's daughter to go into the religion class. And as Jane points out there, under the Constitution, they're perfectly entitled to allow their daughter to opt out.